Welcome back, everybody. This is That Brown Bat back for episode 20 of Let's Build Castlevania, or the castle that's in Castlevania, or a rendition of the castle. All right, so today we're going to be putting on the big roof and probably going to extend past that. Maybe I'll have to divide this up in two. We'll see as we edit. So since I'm going to put the big roof on, what I'm doing right now is I'm putting the just some large floors down so you can't see where the gaps are going to be. So there's no need to fill the entire thing in, as I'm not doing that. Okay, and then if I'm not mistaken, I make a mistake here and have to redo part of this. So the concept behind this is put a facade that is right here. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm measuring out. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm measuring correctly. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I'm doing a facade that's going to be out of stair blocks. And the roof is going to be out of regular ramp blocks. All right, that brown bat, what are you looking for? You are measuring. Yes, I am measuring where. Did I? Yeah, I'm right on it. Okay. Where the tower is going to go up. So I want the roof to butt right up against it. So the end's not going to have a facade, but the front is. And even though I just measured it, I hate to say it, but I think I'm going to mess up. So anyway, I want the facade, which I'm not doing. I don't know why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. The facade's only 2 blocks tall. All right, so this is the roof I'm measuring out, but I'm not using stairs for the roof. I must just be taking measurements. If you haven't figured out right now, I'm doing this in post again. So make sure, if you didn't leave a comment on episode 19, whether you like the real time or the post. Yeah, so let me know if you haven't left it out yet. Let me know. And that was a cool move. I know I try to do that later on, and I fail. Yeah, let me know what you like better, Post or Kellogg's. I don't eat cereal anymore because of the sugar. So doing it this way, you eliminate almost all the seams, so it looks a little bit more realistic. So I wish I could just, I can if I want. I would just like to forward ahead of this and save some time, because I know the raw video is like 45 minutes and I don't want to go 45 minutes. I don't want to have 10 minutes of nothing. Trial and error. That's one of the reasons why I didn't want to do real-time commentary. Is a 10-minute stump with commentary can turn into an hour, as I've seen that before. And it is a pain editing it out when you're doing it in real time, especially if you're in the midst of explaining something and then you're like, oh no. So do you start over explaining it 30 minutes later, or do you just keep it in there so you don't have to explain it again? Oh, the things that we have to deal with making videos, right? Some people don't even talk. All right, so hopefully this one's right. And just put the short flat walls in there, or They're just called walls, but whatever. Alright, so the reason I put that in the rear player is so I could put a smaller... Well, you seen it if you checked out the thumbnail. Yeah. See, they're only 2 steps high. So apparently the entire thing, I was just thinking that only the small facade had stairs. No. I guess you would consider, when it's all said and done, the entire piece right here is the facade. And the roof is going to be the roof. The same thing as before. I'm using the Cobra la 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 la. Looking at the final product, I think I'm going to go back to it being short like that. I don't know, but I did. When I get done with this episode, I thought I was done with the roof, and as I was looking back at it, yeah, see, that's too tall. I am going to change it. I'm going to knock that down 1, but I'm thinking to knock it down 2 later on in the next episode when I get to it. But looking through it, I was looking through it for a good picture for a thumbnail, and I couldn't find one, so I had to go back and get a still shot from where the build currently is, and yeah, I have to put some triangle blocks along the edge of the roof, and I hope I keep these here. I can't remember if I kept these here, but they look decent. For some reason, I'm thinking I took them out. I think if I did take them out, I'm putting them back because they do look cool. You don't know what I was thinking here. Oh, yeah, you can't have... I mean, you can, but I don't like having 2 ledge blocks on top of each other. So I stuck the pillar block in there. It's just too... oh, you know what I can do now? I know what I'm going to do. I know. I mean, not here, but for later on. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove all those, and I'm going to use castle pieces because I can put those towers anywhere I want now. And you can too if you're on PC. I'm sure these... I've said this before. These mods will work on consoles if you know how to manipulate your console. There's a YouTuber out there that's putting the mods on her Switch. So I don't know if she's doing tutorials about it. I don't have a Switch, but if you can do it to a Switch, you can do it to an Xbox. It's different hardware, but the concept is a concept. I think it was Isaiah, if I'm not mistaken, Isaiah 45, a little bit here, a little bit there, concept, or precept upon precept upon precept, a little here, a little there. I mean, that's how everything is in life. Is based on, wisdom is based on concepts, ideas, insight. I mean, if you don't have a basic concept for building, then you're not going to be able to build, you know? Yeah, so I had to make sure that I have space in between those, and how that's spaced out. So the smaller one that I already did, it was two blocks in between the roofs. This one's 3, but that's fine. You're going to see that I still use the, I don't know, the Golden Gate thingies, whatever you call them. Now here I'm going to go back and I said I wasn't going to use the facade, but I am, but it's not, I'm not using the smaller one. I'm just using the big one. The big triangle is going to butt up against the tower. So I'm still using those Golden Gate fence pieces. They're not called fence pieces. I don't know what they're called. And I know if I do a Google search and type in spiky things on a Victorian roof, and I'm probably not going to come up with an answer. No. Here I'm testing it out. All right. So I was contemplating maybe I'll go all stairs. The thing is, I thought the stairs you couldn't see light in between where they meet, and you can, just not as much as the ramp block. So either way, I'd still have to put something in there to block out the light. So I'm going to put something in there, the floor pieces, to block out the light. And that's all we need right there, is just platform to go along. And since I already put that one ramp block there, I'm going to use and we're one shy, I'm just going to use the small floor when I get to it. Did I put it? I did not put it in there yet. Why not? There you go. Good job. I wanted to do it as I went along because I don't like the fact that once the roof is up, to go inside it and then have the camera play all kinds of tricks on me. And I don't like that. Yeah, so I thought I would, and I'm pretty sure that's what I was thinking at the time. I just didn't follow through with what I was thinking, to put those down as I went along. But it's better here. It's better to do it now than to have the other side down. And again, all those are being used for is to hide the light where they meet. And let's put some more down. Good job. And get the small one. There you go. Now go up. Why didn't you go up and put the other one in there? Oh, well. You'll get it on your next pass. There you go. Good job. You get a Scooby snack. Now, alternatively, I was thinking about using the wide ramp blocks under terrain, but I'm like, what theme would I theme it? I would have to find one and mod the texture, but the thing is, I only want to mod textures if I'm going to use. I don't want to go back and forth and keep modding things for every build. You know what I mean? That's kind of pointless. So I'm not doing that. So if I'm going to mod something, it's something that's, to me, is going to be almost permanent. So like I did the grass on the Halloween town. I really can't see any other thing if you're going to use the set pieces, because that swirly thing, I don't like that. It just, I don't know if Tim Burton himself designed that, or somebody that worked for him or with him, but no, that ground texture is just yucky, you know. But anyway, he can do what he wants. He made lots of money on it. All right, so all I'm using is the short floors or small floors, and we're good to go. And now we just have to build this up. And block it off. But before I do that, I'm going to go hog wild and putting more pillars on it, of course. So before I block it off with the tower, I should say, I still have to block off this part. Otherwise, you're going to be able to see right through it. And I should block off the stairs, but I think I forgot. Maybe it's not that big of a deal because the gap when you meet the stairs is so small. But that overhang, I didn't like it. Trying to figure out what I'm doing here. All right, so yes, I'm finishing out the ceiling here. And see how much easier it is with that hack or mod, hack mod. So what I'm doing, I want to make sure they're lined up. So I just go right to the edge and go back 2 steps, which is a whole step. As you can see, that's what I'm doing. Because even though this is easier, if I get it in the wrong spot, I'm not going to be able to detach it with the in spark mode. I'd have to go to character mode and use the wand, and it's not that big of a deal. I mean, the trade-off is 100% better, but might as well get it right the first time is what I'm getting at. And also, for anybody that's interested, there is a version of Maleficent's Castle. I found it on Pinterest. It's not from the cartoon. It's one of the live action versions. I don't know which one. It didn't say. And the only reason I know it was supposed to be Maleficent's Castle is because I did a reverse image search. So it kind of looks like it was, resembles, I should say, Castlevania. As far as you have 3 different keeps, if you want to call them buildings. Let's put it this way: if each of the buildings was all standalone, it would look like a mansion. So 3 different mansions, towers, thick, big towers, right? Buildings in succession. So, and each of them is going up a hill. So the peaks get higher with each building, and then there's towers. And I'm like, maybe that's what I'll do with this. Because I know I showed, I don't know what episode it was, 6 or something like that. That small model that I made in one of the toy boxes. But after I got here, I started thinking, you don't just put buttresses, which I didn't do yet, but I was thinking about making flying buttresses out of the towers, or towers, dual purpose. But I got to thinking, towers, I don't know. I just don't know. So right here, I decided to block this off in the back as well, just to be on the safe side. Reason being, well, I'm not sure yet. Let's put it that way. I'm not sure how I'm gonna face off the tower there. I'm not 100% sure. But how the buttresses work, when you have pointed arch vaults, the buttresses go in between the windows on the outside. So that tower right there, just be prepared for me to be ripping that down and rebuilding it somewhere else. That's why I didn't want to go and build 1,000 of them, because it looked good on graph paper. But the other thing is, once you see how tall this gets, it doesn't work. That tower, it needs to be taller. It just doesn't work. The other thing I can do is make a extra, what do you call it? I don't know what you'd call it. Like a turret that pops out using the wedge blocks, the sideways triangles. I don't know. I'm going to try it off camera first before I actually do it. And hopefully I can restrain myself not to go for like hours and say, and that's what I did with Cloud City or the Carbon Freeze Chamber the last time I did it. I just want to try something. 8 hours later, I'm like 90% done with it. I'm like, I'm not doing this again. At least not right yet. I need to take 2 weeks of vacation to do that. Even though I did it in one shot, I don't know where I got the energy for it. It's odd how things like that just come to fruition. And I'd have to find my drawing. My drawing of the Tabana gas facility is somewhere. I have a mess of papers all over. Here it is. Yeah, I had to have a drawing for each floor. Crazy, man. So see how that dwarfs that tower? Yeah. Definitely going to change it. Okay. I just took like 2 minutes scanning around. I'm watching myself go around in circles must have been thinking, what am I going to do? And I was probably thinking about the towers as I'm thinking about the towers now. Everything's a tower, though. I mean, this is a tower. And those, the skinny ones are towers. Towers on towers on towers. Everything's a tower. This is just a big tower. It's a building with multiple floors. So what I was thinking, going back to that one Maleficent's, that version of Maleficent's Castle that I seen, which reminded me of the original Castlevania setup when you look at the map. I was thinking, what if I don't put the Jabba boss fight? I said, with Jabba boss fight. Well, we don't have anything else with a snake tail. I'm not going to put the cathedral. I might put the chapel in this building, but that's not where Medusa is going to, or Jabadusa. That's not where Jabadusa is going to be. Jabadusa is going to be in its own. Well, maybe I'll put him up in here. It's just, this is my variation of Castlevania Castle. So I did want it to have reference to the original series. So I do want where the boss fight with Jabba is. I do want it to be red brick. It's a throwback to the original 2D Castlevanias. Every time you fought Medusa, it was in a red brick. Well, not every time. It wasn't in Super Castlevania 4. And the boss fight in Castlevania 3, I think she was in the boat. If I'm not mistaken, the boss fight with Medusa was in the ship. All right, so here I don't know why I'm doing this, but I thought it would be a good idea because how the edge of one section meets the other one. So I'm like, well, I might as well make pillars go all the way up. So that's what I'm doing right here, is I'm going to use the path creator. And I don't know why I'm having such a difficult time putting these pieces down. I assure you, I do not do alcohol or any types of drugs. I was perfectly saying I could have been tired. That's so the reason I said that is like, you're moving around like a drunk man. I promise you, not. I do not. I think it looks cool the way it is. I mean, if it's like a city in ruins. I mean, we could just like, how to build a city in ruins 101. This is how you do it. They gave us pieces for the Atlantis clusters. Yeah, that's cool and all, but they're tiny. Very tiny. And so this is how you do it. I don't see a use for some of those clusters unless you're going to use them for the posts inside a railing, which I kind of never thought of doing that before, but that might work. See, the idea is it hangs over and I need something for it to rest on. Otherwise it'll fall off. Not really, but... And because of where that... Oh my... Alright, you got it? I'm definitely overthinking this. No. Do I move that ledge block out of there? The fourth one, yes. Leave 3 and then move the fourth one and remove the fourth ledge block. And replace it with a regular square block. Why? Because the fraction of the memory that it takes, because the vertices that are used in the model. How do you know that? Do a test. Do a toy box and see how many square ones you can get in versus a toy box where you can get how many ledge blocks you can get in. I know the difference is probably going to be small, but I can almost guarantee you're going to get more square blocks than ledge blocks because you only have a few vertices on a cube than you did where you had to bevel all those creases in. So anyway, this is all cut and dry, same as before. So I'm gonna skip ahead. Okay, now we have to break the connections. Noemi, stop. Oh.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who's the richest of them all? It's not you.
Noemi, stop. Oh, 2. What?
You're getting very poor and sleepy.
Noemi, stop. Oh, I didn't do it yet. Hold on. Noemi. Wait, hey. No, wait, hey. Grab it. No. It's hard to do this in post. No whammy game in post. It's hard to do it. So, what I was saying about the buildings is I'm thinking about having a separate building that's red brick instead of making the tower off that red. Just because if I combine that, it's gonna make where the bat boss fight, it'll make that red brick, and that shouldn't be. And if I put a red brick tower on top of a stone brick tower, it's gonna look dumb, I think. I don't. All right, so here I get this idea that I'm going to put a pillar block in there and it's going to make everything look good. It does not. It looks totally dumb. Dumb. I'm going to have to go back and redo that. So don't do that. All right, onto this side and break the connections. No, stop. Oh, see, it's so weird that it was the same one on this side, but if I'm not mistaken, that's the last one that gives me trouble. I think all the other ones are winners. So you see how much time you save doing it. I mean, there's only a couple. What do we have? 2 on the other side, and then this one. Oh, there was 2 on this side. I was mistaken. Yeah, so that one's good. So just delete it. All right. So I think we should be saving it here pretty soon. Yeah, so I'm thinking the next tower, however that is, and maybe some of the towers won't even have floor entrances. Yeah, hindsight though, those bricks right there that I just highlighted, they're coming off. So especially now that I know I can cram mountain pieces in wherever I want, it's probably what I'm gonna do in order to make this look like it's semi on a hill going up. I mean, it is, but that'll help me with the floor there that's overhanging and not use 1,000 pieces, and I can just use the same ones. But yeah, it's about time to save this, and then we'll pick it up next time. Remember everything you've been taught today, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. So until then, remember to keep on building. Thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to give me a like before you click out. And also, if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Do it now! And click the bell icon if you want to know what I'm up to before I even know what I'm up to, because it helps you see into the future. And I just made that up. Until next time, this is That Brown Bat reminding you to keep on building.